guys, it's me, Dilly J. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, hi. If you are coming back, welcome. Either way goes, thanks for coming. And today we are going to talk about procrastination, all right? Whether it's intentionally, unintentionally. A lot of times procrastination is looked at as someone that's lazy, maybe someone that has ADHD, or someone that is chronically an underachiever. They are afraid of failing in the process. That is all fine and well, but I think that there's more to it for some people. Sometimes you just don't fall in any of those categories, and that's okay. I would say for me, I have fallen into a category of hoarding / procrastination, all right? And how it happened for me is I have rheumatoid arthritis. I've said this, I think, plenty of times, but I have rheumatoid arthritis, which is an autoimmune disease, which attacks your body is essentially attacking your joints, okay? Which cause chronic pain. With that, there are times where I can't move or sit for a long period of time. I have swelling, achiness. There's a lot goes on with that. Okay, so there's a painting I'm getting ready to show, all right? And during this time, I was in a lot of pain, mentally and physically. And sometimes with having an autoimmune disease, not only is it doing something physical to you, that physical pain can have a direct effect on your mental. And I did not know so much about that part. I'm normally a very happy person. However, when I'm in pain, those thoughts can be so scary and could take you into a very deep, dark place. And in this time frame of painting this picture was like right before the deep decline into my 6-year depression. I was depressed for so long that I didn't even touch this painting. I couldn't see myself touching this painting again. I could not, I just could not find the motivation, and I couldn't understand what was wrong with me. And literally it was just due to chronic pain. I was in pain for so long that I literally had to start going to therapy to help pull me out because I could not pull myself out. I was trying so hard to pull myself out of a negative space that I was doing all the things that I knew how to do. I was like, okay, let's get ourselves busy. I was not like addressing the thoughts. I wasn't doing anything mentally, but I was trying to do what I knew how to do, which was art. So I would start a new project. And when that project failed to get me the results I was looking for, I started another project. When I felt like I could not do that project, it caused more of a decline because now it's like, oh, you started something, you can't do it. I'm starting stuff, feeling bad about myself, becoming frustrated, and then those negative thoughts are festering and growing. So in a way, I was feeding unintentionally these negative thoughts and making myself feel bad about myself. So by the time I came out of this dark spell, I was like, okay, let's try to start this painting again. And I looked at it and I was just like, nobody's interested in this. This is not even relevant anymore. There's no point. There's no purpose. And see, negative thoughts. I thought I got rid of them. They were still well and alive, feeding off of all my ambitions, all my desires, and all my dreams. Okay, so you just got to be very careful of the things that you tell yourself because you may begin to believe them. It just happens sometimes. It's not your fault, but you do want to try to get the help you need to become in a better place because it's just not healthy for no one. It definitely was not healthy for me. I did end up painting a little bit off cam and I just let my spirit go at it, and it took me in places with this painting. This is like right before I couldn't touch it anymore. It's just like I literally couldn't even stand up anymore. I was in so much pain. I'm going to show you that painting and then we're going to come back and I'm going to give you some tips on how to combat procrastination. And if you are suffering from depression, like, please reach out to someone because sometimes it's bigger than just getting over it. All right. And just make sure you're getting the proper help that you need, the proper rest that you need, and seeing your doctors or whatever that you need, okay? So I'll see you right after this video. All right, bye. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that little video of what I was able to capture when I was painting. I do understand the lighting was pretty bad and the room is very small, so that was about as good of an angle as I could get. So it really is like a closet with a window. So I did do my very best with capturing that video. I do hope you liked it. Please comment below your thoughts so far. So here we are now with how far I came with the painting before I completely stopped, okay? This is a lot of it was not captured on film, or I tried to capture and it was corrupted. I'm not sure what happened with that, but here we go. All right, yeah. All right, so here we go. This is where I left off. I hope you can see it okay. All right, see it? All right, there's a lot going on. And honestly, to be honest with you, I think it says a lot. I think honestly, it means more to me now than it did at the time. Honestly, I didn't know what the heck I was doing at the time. I just felt so much everything. I don't know if that's the proper way to say it, but that's exactly how I felt then and kind of now. It's just so much everything. There's not any one thing. So this is like pretty much my interpretation of the hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil. I don't know if y'all capturing it. It is my interpretation of it in some way, okay? In its unique way. Let me let it down. More than just the painting, I felt like it was important to show it and to tell you this. Okay, these are the thoughts I was feeding myself, that this has no purpose, nobody's gonna like it, it does not resonate, it's no value. I'm literally tearing it down and talking myself out of it, or letting the negative thoughts talk me away from something. And sometimes we can talk ourselves out of some really great things. And was that true? I don't know. I'm gonna leave that up to you as the individual to decide on. I say all that to say this. Whether you lean one way or the other on how you feel about the painting or whatever is irrelevant, okay? That part is not what matters. However, what you tell yourself is what matters, okay? Sometimes we could be on the path to something great and then you are talking yourself out of it. It could be a career change. It could be a lifestyle change. It could be anything. It could be a workout that you're trying to do and you're working on yourself, and all of a sudden you make one wrong choice and then another, and then it's just a slippery slope. And now you're like, I'm never gonna do it and there's no point. Why am I even trying? Stop that. Just stop that, okay? Because it's not true. We all fall down. We all fall short, okay? And when that happens, all we can do is get back up and try again and keep pushing forward. Do not let your negative thoughts derail you from your dream or from the greatness you could become, okay? Don't let even this world derail you from what you're meant to be or trying to become. Yeah, things are hard. Yes, things feel dark, but don't let things you cannot control dictate your future, all right? All right, so with that said, so ways that we can address procrastination, okay? Once we have discovered that we are a procrastinating fool, what are ways that we can address it and overcome it? Let's see. Break it down, chunking it out. First up, what is something we can do is break it down in smaller chunks so that it will be easier to digest and easier to complete the task, okay? So if you have a lot of things to do, pick one thing, okay? If that one thing is a big thing, break it down into smaller pieces. Maybe it's not something you can get done in a day. Maybe it takes several days. That's perfectly fine. This is not a race, okay? So just break it down in little bitty pieces. I'll do this today, maybe this tomorrow, or maybe there's some projects, like I have a resin project in my art room that I have to complete. I'm working on some for my daughter's room. There's times where I have to let that dry for at least a day, give it another day or something. And in that in-between time, I might work on another project to just kind of move things along. Break it up into easier to digest chunks, all right? Number 2, set a timer. I'm not gonna say how long, that is up for you to decide. It's like, okay, I know for sure I can devote 10 minutes to this task today and give it your undivided 10-minute attention. All right, so break it up into manageable time slots, okay? And then dedicate that time to that task, all right? So number 3, this is a good one. I'm gonna read it. Okay, so manage emotion, not time, okay? Recognize that procrastination is an emotional coping mechanism for stress, fear, and boredom, not just laziness. Practice self-compassion and self-forgiveness leads to better productivity than guilt. I will say yes. If I didn't beat myself up as much, I'm pretty sure this painting could be completed. Also, I'm pretty sure a lot of the projects that I have started could have been completed if I had more compassion for myself. So show yourself some love, okay? We're only human. We only have 24 hours in the day. We have the same 24 hours in the day as everybody else. However, we don't have the same thing going on in our life like everybody else. So keep that in mind and be gentle with yourself, all right? Now, number 4. Like, give yourself a pat on the back, just like we do with little kids or even a job. Like when someone does a good job, there's an award system or whatever, or even when a kid does a good job, we're very proactive when they're really little to give them, or even as we're getting older, we give them that like reassurance, like, oh my God, you're doing a great job, keep it up. We need that for ourselves too. So again, show yourself compassion and love, and don't hesitate to give yourself positive affirmations and motivation to keep going with the task. Without that, the negative thoughts will fester and it will make it hard to complete. So again, show yourself love and grace and compassion and be patient, okay? Rome was not built in a day. Number 5, set clear goals. Now, I can tell you for sure, this is not something I do, okay? Everything is pretty vague, kind of go with the flow, and that probably is where a lot of roadblocks come in. I set out to do something, but part of it is because I will be thinking, like the night before, I'll be feeling up to doing it, and then the day of, I may not be in the most physical health to be able to do it. But I would say still set goals, but also again, be patient with yourself. Just because you set the goal don't mean you can't pivot from it, but just set a goal, clear with directions, not anything vague. Just like jot down what it is that you want to get done. List about 5, okay? If you can't do the first one, see if you can do the second one. If you can't do the second one, maybe the third one. If not the third one, could you do the 4th one? Maybe the 5th one? See which one on the list that you can do that day and just go ahead and cross it out. It may not be done in order, but you do have like at least 5 things that you can try to get done to pull you out of the place of procrastination, okay? And I think I'm gonna do one more. Number 6, all right? And just keep in mind, last point, just keep in mind that motivation follows action, not the other way around, okay? So when you do something, you become more motivated to do something versus, waiting for you to want to do something, Does that make sense? So like, for instance, if you have a swing, right? And you're sitting on the swing, right? And you're waiting for the swing to go, right? Is it gonna go? Or is it the action of you pushing it that creates the motivation for that swing to keep going? And then you keep doing the thing, and then you keep getting further and further along in the process. You get what I'm saying? All right. So I hope that was helpful for you. I hope that you're able to take something away. Please comment down below any thoughts, opinions, anything. It's cool. I'm here. And thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, bye guys.